Time now for this week's shocking stat. Chalk this up to another big nail in the coffin of the intellectually challenged who wander around saying we're living in a period of unfettered capitalism. Seriously, the next time somebody says that, especially in the media, we should slap them around for about a half hour. It'll do them some good. That is one of the biggest pieces of utter nonsense peddled in society today. One of the problems we've got is we need less fettering. We've got way too many regulations, and of course that is one of the big reasons that you get this level of mediocre or worse economic growth. But I mean, come on, how can you argue the point that we have unfettered capitalism? And by the way, for those kind of people, facts won't make any difference, so I expect to continue to hear it. But look at the level of central bank manipulation, whether it's of interest rates, which then in turn manipulates the prices of bonds, then in turn really manipulates every asset price. And now we've got much more evidence that they've expanded to that and into the stock market, which brings me to this week's shocking stat. Now, we've been reporting on this show that the Japanese government, central bank there, and their government pension plan wasn't satisfied with just buying bonds. That's what quantitative easing was. Their Bank of Japan have been buying bonds. But no, they've extended into the stock market. As I say, we've been reporting on that. But my goodness, that trend has gotten out of hand. They've poured so much money into the markets that when you look at the Bank of Japan's holding and the government pension investment fund holding, that's like their Canada pension, they're now the largest shareholder of 474 different stocks. Wow. In 2014, for example, the Japanese pension fund, pressured by the government, took about a quarter of its assets and turned around and bought Japanese stocks. Estimates about $350 billion. There are so many problems with this, but I'll start with just one. That's the liquidity problem. What happens when they want to sell? They can't. Who's going to be on the other side of that transaction? They've created a phoniness to the market that is really going to catch up to them. It's the same thing that central banks have done in the bond market by basically eliminating. They've taken so much product out of there, and then they moved into corporate bonds. This is going to have severe repercussions. But in this case, I just wanted to bring one fact to your attention, and that is they're now the largest shareholder of 474 different stocks. That is a shocking number. Soon they're going to be the market. They're a third of the market now. They're going to be it. They own over 50% of the exchange-traded fund market, which isn't very big in Japan, but still they own over 50% of it. That level of manipulation will have a price to pay coming up. There will be consequences.